You're about to learn 8 subtle but powerful psychological cues that reveal when a woman is quietly choosing you, even if she tries to keep it hidden. Most men walk right past these signals without recognizing them, and by the time they finally understand what was happening, the window has already closed, and someone more observant has stepped into the position they could have had. Before we continue, pay attention to this part. If you're the kind of man who avoids free insight, brushes off wisdom, and prefers to remain exactly where you are, then feel free to skip the subscribe button entirely. But if you're a man who understands that knowledge like this can save you from embarrassing situations, prevent unnecessary heartbreak, and help you handle your interactions with far more clarity, then tap subscribe right now. And if you still choose not to subscribe, do one thing. Go to the comments and explain why you're comfortable staying unsure while other men learn what you're ignoring. Attraction is rarely loud. It doesn't usually arrive with a bold confession, a dramatic statement, or a flashy move. Instead, it works quietly, almost invisibly, through subtle behaviors, repeated gestures, and consistent attention over time. A woman who is genuinely drawn to you doesn't need to announce it in words. Her interest is shown in patterns of thoughtfulness, small actions, and a willingness to make herself available without demanding anything in return. These are the cues that most men completely miss because they are focused on declarations, on grand gestures, or on hoping someone will just tell them. Stoic principles teach us that a wise man does not rely on hope, emotion, or wishful thinking. Instead, he observes the world calmly, evaluates patterns, and reads reality as it is. Applying this to attraction means that a man must pay attention to actions over words, presence over promises, and consistency over momentary signals. If you rely solely on guesswork or on what you want to see, you will inevitably misread her intentions, and more dangerously, you may misread yourself, your worth, and your boundaries in the process. By learning to recognize these subtle cues, you protect more than just your ego. You protect your time, your energy, and your confidence. You avoid chasing after someone who isn't truly interested, wasting nights of thought, conversation, and effort that could be spent on connections that actually matter. You prevent the humiliation that comes from misinterpreting signals and the frustration of being left behind while others act decisively. Understanding these patterns is not about manipulation or control. It's about awareness, clarity, and self-respect. It allows a man to approach relationships with calm discernment, to respond to attraction intelligently rather than impulsively, and to carry himself with steadiness that naturally draws others in. In essence, recognizing these signals gives you power. The power to act from knowledge rather than uncertainty, to maintain dignity instead of desperation, and to navigate relationships with the kind of quiet confidence that only comes from true understanding. In short, attraction is quiet, subtle, and consistent, and a man who can read it well gains insight, protection, and clarity that most men never even realize exists. Here are 8 signs she quietly chooses you. Sign 1. She makes room for you. When a woman values your presence, she rearranges her schedule without making it feel like a burden. She finds ways to make time for you, and this is rarely coincidental. Actions often reveal more than words ever could. As the saying goes, actions reveal intention more clearly than speech. Marcus Aurelius noted that attention is the clearest indication of what a person truly values. A woman who is drawn to you seeks opportunities to interact rather than create distance. She responds quickly to your messages, extends her time when you meet, and looks for reasons to stay in contact. Even in early human communities, loyalty and interest were measured by consistent presence, not verbal claims. Stop overthinking. Pay attention to how she chooses to spend her time around you. Her presence speaks volumes. Sign 2. Her physical behavior reveals her interest. A woman's natural body language often shows attraction before her words do. Small gestures, posture shifts, and micro-expressions communicate feelings that are difficult to fake. As the proverb says, the eyes reveal what the voice conceals. Epictetus taught that instinct precedes reason. Often, the body knows what the mind has not yet admitted. If she faces you directly, maintains slightly longer eye contact, or leans subtly toward you, these are conscious signs of interest. Small touches, mimicking your stance, or aligning her posture with yours can speak louder than anything she says. Historically, Advisors and teachers were trained to read posture and gestures to judge intent accurately. Observe patterns over time, not isolated gestures. Consistency reveals true attraction. Sign 3. She initiates small connections. A woman interested in you will start conversations, share random updates, or check in without any particular reason. She seeks to maintain connection and subtly communicate that you matter to her. Where the mind leans, the attention follows. A disciplined man doesn't chase, he observes and evaluates. Acknowledge her initiative without appearing desperate or overeager. True interest is demonstrated when she shares the effort of communication rather than leaving it all to you. She might text first, send jokes or memes, or find ways to keep you in her orbit. In traditional courtship, repeated small gestures over time were more meaningful than direct declarations. Respond with measured attention and let consistency guide your understanding. Sign 4. She matches your rhythm. Mirroring your energy, tone, and gestures is a psychological sign of emotional alignment. When two people align, their steps naturally follow. Seneca observed that harmony arises when minds operate in concert. Watch whether her energy, pace, and even speech patterns adjust to yours. Mirroring is not imitation. It's subconscious evidence of connection. She may subtly match your cadence, gestures, or posture during conversations. In earlier societies, matching rhythms in movement and speech symbolized shared understanding and genuine connection. Remain grounded. If she feels drawn to you, she will naturally mirror your energy. Sign 5. She shares personal thoughts. When a woman opens up about fears, dreams, or private experiences, it shows trust and comfort. A closed heart doesn't open without reason. A wise man treats vulnerability with respect, not ego. Listen carefully, speak thoughtfully, and honor her trust. Her openness is deliberate. She shares with you what she doesn't share with others. She may confide in you about ambitions, past challenges, or deeply held memories. Historically, confiding private matters was a clear indication of regard and trustworthiness. Respond calmly and never exploit her openness. Sign 6. She remembers small details. A woman who pays attention will remember minor things about your conversations, preferences, and experiences. Little things reveal the heart's true focus. Attention to detail reflects intention. Observe whether she recalls details without prompting and how it affects her interactions with you. Remembering small points, your favorite topics, subtle changes in mood, or things you mentioned weeks ago, demonstrates that she values the connection and invests mental energy in it. Historically, remembering another person's words or habits was a mark of respect, care, and emotional engagement. Sign 7. She protects your emotional space. A woman invested in you respects your boundaries, moods, and personal space. Respect nurtures connection more than attention alone. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that understanding others' nature creates harmony without conflict. Notice whether she adjusts her behavior to avoid unnecessary stress or discomfort. Protecting your emotional environment shows care, thoughtfulness, and intentional connection. She doesn't push for answers when you're distracted, avoids unnecessary drama, and engages thoughtfully. Historically, respecting boundaries reflected maturity, honor, and long-term intent. Observe whether her presence preserves your calm. Those who care act with consideration. Sign 8. She includes you in her inner circle. A woman who values you invites you into parts of her life that most others rarely see. Her friends, family, or private routines. Who we share our world with reflects our regard. Epictetus taught that trust and connection are revealed through action, not speech. Being welcomed into her inner circle demonstrates that she values your presence and trusts you with her life's details. She may introduce you to close friends, seek your input on personal matters, or involve you in private experiences. Historically, inclusion in private spaces signified acceptance, respect, and emotional significance. Recognize these gestures as intentional. They are a clear signal of genuine attraction. By understanding these 8 cues, you gain clarity that most men miss. You stop guessing, protect your time and confidence, and carry yourself with a calm steadiness that naturally increases attraction. Observing and respecting these signals isn't about manipulation. It's about awareness, discernment, and self-respect. Once you begin to recognize these subtle cues, 3 profound shifts naturally take place in your life and interactions with women. 1__ you stop guessing and start observing. No longer are you trapped in assumptions or wishful thinking. Instead, you see reality clearly, as it is, and interpret behavior with calm objectivity. This clarity allows you to make decisions rooted in awareness rather than anxiety, hope, or fear of rejection. You notice patterns, timing, and intention, and you begin to understand people and yourself on a deeper level. 2. Your confidence rises. When you understand that attraction is expressed through actions and consistency rather than empty words, you stop chasing those who aren't genuinely interested. You no longer waste time or energy pursuing someone whose heart isn't fully aligned with yours. This shift changes everything. You stand taller, carry yourself with dignity, and interact without desperation. Confidence emerges from knowing your worth, respecting your time, and focusing on those who actively choose to be in your life. You stop forcing attention or affection and instead let natural connection guide your interactions. 3. You carry yourself with steadiness. There is a quiet power in calm composure, a presence that draws people in without trying too hard. By reading these signals and responding thoughtfully, you naturally increase your appeal. Others sense your awareness, self-respect, and emotional balance. You move through relationships with intention rather than reaction, and your life benefits from the clarity this brings. You stop being tossed by confusion or uncertainty, and instead, navigate attraction and connection with measured understanding. This is how a man transitions from uncertainty to clarity. Not through pressure, manipulation, or forceful effort, but through insight, careful observation, and disciplined response. As the Stoics taught, a man who understands behavior gains influence without needing intensity. If your goal is to remain unaware, to ignore the signs and continue stumbling through the same patterns, then go ahead and overlook the subscribe button. But if you want to protect your time, preserve your confidence, and strengthen your future relationships, then take action, hit subscribe now. And if you still choose not to, do one thing. Head to the comments and explain why you're comfortable repeating the same mistakes while other men learn and grow. This is Daily Stoic Vault, where understanding replaces confusion, clarity replaces uncertainty, and insight becomes your most powerful tool.